Hello and welcome to the Pilot Review Show. I am Scott Ross. If you're not aware, this is a rare occasion for me to actually be on here and talking. We have a special interview that we're doing today. Let me introduce the crew first. We got, of course, Chris Hoskins, our bug hunter.
Admin?
We also have Artie over there, our RP guy.
Hi guys.
I love the RP. We have Neela over there, who's our console
Not at all.
dude. Console, right? That's what you're here for. That's what we
Yep.
give you peanuts for.
Peanuts.
uh,
As long as it's candy peanuts.
okay, well, maybe we'll talk about that later.
I,
And then
I thought we weren't supposed to mention the payments.
and there's teacher, by the way.
Wait, am I getting paid?
Your paycheck comes from Cryptic.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Carry on.
So we have Teacher Kirby, our resident science lady, teacher in Teacher's Corner.
Hey!
And,
Hi,
and,
folks.
and then that voice that you heard, that's Ambassador Kael, our community manager for Star Trek Online.
Hello, everyone.
You know, we have a lot that we're excited to go over. We have some things that we want to talk about. We got the opportunity here. You know, I don't know if you know very much about what our show is about, but to give you a rundown, we're trying to reach out to everyone at Cryptic so we can get some people because, first off, we love you guys. I mean,
thank
our show's about helping people become a better pilot so that they can enjoy the game more.
Oh, so you guys like people send you builds and you critique kind of thing?
Not just that, but we have it set up so that people can send us ways of actually showing what they're doing in runs or in missions in the game.
Ah, that's
so
cool.
so like if someone's flying and they got this massively outrageous expensive ship build and they don't know how to use it, we can see what they're doing wrong and say, all right, why don't you try doing this instead? And then you'll see better results as a result of it. Because there's one point of having a ship build, but there's another point of knowing how to combine it to make it better.
For sure.
So
Cool.
that's really what we're about. What we've been here for, and you know, as a result of it, our shows are rounded pound. You guys, most of the time we go over a lot of the blog articles and new stuff that comes out from you guys, all the new releases.
Oh God.
So
You find all my mistakes.
Yes, we do.
So that's some of those things that we go through, and we enjoy going over those things. But our main purpose is to help people out, to make them enjoy the game better. Because you know the biggest frustration is I can't do this that you guys are saying this should be able to do, like us as players to the other players that help us make the builds. So
Well, that's great.
that's what the show was based upon. I mean, it started a couple years ago now. And we were actually out at the last Star Trek Las Vegas, and we're working on getting back there this year, actually.
That's awesome. Well, I hope I will get to see you guys there then. I'm planning on going.
Well, awesome. If we get, I'll make sure we let you know that we'll be there once we got that all set in stone. Anyways, let's go ahead and ask you, get into the interview part of the questions here. Then I'll give you a little brief run for you. For everyone that is watching, recorded or whatnot, go ahead and introduce yourself and just let everyone know who you are, where you came from, and stuff like that.
Okay, well, my name is Mike, better known on the forums and on Reddit and Twitter and all that as Ambassador Kael. I have been, managing online communities for probably about 5 years, but this is my first video game community, so it's been a wonderful experience for me. I have been a giant nerd my entire life. Basically, anything with Star in the name, I love. Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar, Stargate. Really into like a lot of obscure nerd stuff too. Like you'll find me talking about Godzilla and Power Rangers as much as you. So yeah, that's basically me. Hello.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Woo! I
I'm
actually,
not a Cylon, flawed Kestrel. I can see you.
yes, we see y'all. Go ahead, teacher.
All right. take us through an average work day.
It's funny because working at Cryptic is kind of my dream job. Like I love it, but it's not. It's still a job. So most of my day involves, I come in the morning, I walk past the Dracolich, and I just go and sit in the office that I share with Card, who is ex-artist on Star Trek Online. And it's amazing because his. Did anybody see, by the way, that console for the new multi-mission science science ship that's just the bolt of lightning in space? That thing is so freaking cool. I was watching him while he was designing it, and it's amazing. Anyway, I go and sit at my desk. I make sure that the blogs that are supposed to go up that morning are all set to go. And then I will spend most of my day usually alternating back and forth between checking in on the different spaces where players can give me feedback, like game and general chat, or on Twitter or Facebook or Reddit or the forums, and working on the blogs for the next week, but I can have them all ready in time to get over to our Europe team for localization. So it's a balance of working on marketing stuff and working on making sure you guys' voices gets passed on to the devs.
Okay. You're up, Barty.
Alrighty.
Well, the light come on, but I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
Whoop,
I see
okay,
the
there we
light.
go.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Apparently had something mute. My bad.
No worries.
Okay.
You're fired.
Oh, damn.
Oh God, we're already firing people. Okay, I gotta go.
I fired people on day one. What are you talking about?
I think we fired Artie like 4 times in the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's before you even started working with us.
It was great.
I know.
All right. My question is, what's it like working at Cryptic Studios?
It's a really interesting experience. The previous company that I came from was this massive tech company. They were very like sports oriented, and so it was a very, very different feel. Here, I come in and people are offering to play board games at lunch. There's people trying to get me to play role-playing games with them after work. We have a board on the wall as you come in that's like fill in, like your favorite starship of all time, for example, one week, and then everyone will erase it and put up something new. And so it's really, really wonderful to be working in a geeky environment. I really love it, and I love all of my coworkers. It's a much smaller, more intimate feel working at Cryptic, and everybody here is really cool.
You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Oh no!
You're,
how about now?
Yeah. It's a little better.
Okay.
We're hearing it in the long phrases where you're kind of cutting out every once in a while.
I will speak in shorter phrases. I'll try this and see if this helps. Okay, so now you're going to get some background noise from me, but it shouldn't cut out, hopefully.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right, and Artie's got the next question too.
Okay. How and when did you start getting into gaming, and what was the first thing you really got to start playing on?
When I was 5 years old, I was living in New Jersey and this cul-de-sac, and my parents asked one of the neighbors to babysit me, and that neighbor happened to have a kid who was around my own age and a NES with a copy of the original Legend of Zelda, and he fired that thing up, like wouldn't let me play, just fired it up, and I fell deeply in love with that game, and I just like transcendent, what is this? I am 5, I don't understand anything, but this is the best thing I've ever seen kind of way. To the point where I would actually sneak out of my house at 5 years old and wander over to the neighbors and be like, yeah, my mom and dad said you need to babysit me. Let's do that. Turn on the Nintendo. And so my parents, I think mostly to stop me from doing that ever again, bought us a Nintendo, and my brother and I played the hell out of that thing. and that started my love affair with games my entire life. I think it's just my favorite kinds of entertainment are immersive entertainment. So, like, my favorite places to go in the world are theme parks like Harry Potter World, or the Star Trek experience back when that was still a thing. Because it allows you to take a moment and be in another world for a while. And video games do that all the time. Like, even the most simple, casual games put you somewhere else for a little bit. And then, the really expansive, interesting ones like Star Trek Online, you get to tell your own story in a world you've already grown up to love. So that's kind of what I love about them.
Cool.
Very cool.
Go ahead, teacher.
Alright, I get next.
All
So,
right.
what made you come to Star Trek Online? Why not some other game?
Well, I applied for the job and I got accepted.
Put it simply.
I wish I could say there was I was very, very excited for the opportunity. My favorite MMO of all time is City of Heroes. So the first time that I pulled up to this office building and saw the cryptic logo on the wall, I kind of died a little bit. And I had already played a little bit of STO and really enjoyed myself. So it's not like my arm was being twisted to come and do it. But, I was applying for a lot of community manager jobs, and I really liked the feel of this place, and I really liked the people that I talked to. Everybody that I interviewed with was super, super cool. So I really was excited when I got the chance to come here and join it. And then, thankfully, now that I've joined it, like, the community for Star Trek Online is awesome. I was really... I don't know what I was expecting, but they're like the kindest, nicest online community that I've ever seen. We had, extended downtime on Tuesday, and most of the comments I got were like, "It's fine, take your time, we know these things happen." Yeah. Flawed Kestrel, to answer your question, I can't tell you that.
There are some things that we would have to kill you if he told you. That's one of them.
Yep.
Go ahead. Who's got the next question?
I do. All right. Out of each of the Trek series, which would you say is your favorite and why?
That's the easy question. TNG is my favorite. It's the first one that I fell in love with. It's got all my favorite characters. When I went back and rewatched them all a few years ago, it's the one that held my interest the most out of everything. I loves me some TNG. What I love most about that crew, one of the things that frustrates me with most television shows is how a lot of plot revolves around people not believing each other over things they really should. But like on TNG, if Geordi comes up to Picard and is like, "Captain, there's invisible aliens on the ship and they're messing with us, I'm 90% sure." On most TV shows, Picard would be like, "No, you're crazy," so they can stretch out that plot a little more. On TNG, he's like, "Well, my senior officer says there's invisible aliens. Let's check and see if there are actually invisible aliens before we totally dismiss him." And that whole thing makes me really enjoy the show more than I do most TV.
Yeah, because they actually wanted to see what was actually going on. They didn't care.
Yep.
Yeah,
very true.
yeah, exactly.
The Prime Directive? Who cares?
Ah,
We're here to save people. That's just there.
Throw that out the window.
Actually, I think the better
it's
question
more
is...
of a directive than a rule.
Yeah. The other question is, did they even have it then? But anyways, moving on.
To quote Pirates of the Caribbean, it's more of a set of guidelines.
Than actual rules. God, I love that movie. It's such a shame they only ever made one.
Yeah. Yeah. I will goof that one.
Go ahead, Neela. You got the next question here.
Yep. This next one.
Actually, I believe Artie had a
No.
follow-up to that first one.
No, he answered it.
Okay.
This next one's unsolicited, but who is your favorite coworker and why is it Maria?
Ha! 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 How much is she paying you?
Well, she paid
love-
she paid me money. I don't know what the rest of this guy is.
I like Maria a lot, but I couldn't choose a favorite coworker. I have many, many coworkers that I enjoy working with, such as Ryan and Kira and Jeremy and Chris and Paul and Jesse and Kate and there's Nick. There's too many people I interact with on a daily basis who I love to death. So I will not be declaring a favorite, but you got a short list there.
Very diplomatic.
Well, you know that
I am an ambassador, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The good thing is both Teach and myself have met a good part of the crew when we were out in Vegas, and he's right. A lot of them are very approachable people.
They are. They are, yes.
I mean,
It's a really good team.
I got dragged around as I was talking to them about some things and pulling people in for interviews to get introduced to some of these other people there. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, I feel like, because most of the podcasts out there interview, the same, rotation of people. Like, it's like Rakosa, Al, Maria, and that's kind of it. And occasionally, Levins. I feel like I want to spread the love around a little bit. I want to get more people in front of the camera who the fans don't normally get to talk to, who do some really interesting work. So
yeah,
I'm going to try and get that going, especially with the live streams that we're doing.
Well, I'll say this much right now. Anyone that wants to come on and talk about any of the new ships, you're more than welcome to come on here with us. We'll welcome them anytime.
Fantastic.
So
I'll let people know.
Because that's what we revolve around is the ships. So I'll leave that as an open invitation. You just reach out to us and we'll schedule it up when it needs to. We'll go on to the next question. We'll go on to the next question here. Any ideals for doing it? Ask me anything in the future. Let the community get to know you better.
Yes, definitely. When, I'm not sure. My plan. I wanted to make sure we had some good content in place for both of the launches early this year, and late last year I was still getting my feet under me. So I will probably be reaching out to the Reddit people and the forums people. Maybe sometime next month or the month after, just to try and get that going.
Okay.
I did have a little bit of an AMA on the day that I introduced myself on both forums, but it would be nice to get a formal one going for sure.
Well, I'll give you a bit of an idea. I'm one of the admins on the Facebook group that has the 15,000 members on it.
Oh, okay.
So,
sweet.
I'll talk to you about that later after the interviews here.
Yeah, definitely. Let's chat about it.
Go ahead, teacher.
Awesome. So, will there be more community shipbuilding, like the Lucari ship or the Jupiter ship?
I don't know. I want to say, I wish I could say, I can't tell you, because that would mean I know. I actually don't know. I think the team definitely really enjoyed that process. We talk about it all the time and how much fun that was. I don't think it's something we want to do constantly because, they never get old. But I think it's a really cool way to do the anniversary ship, and it's definitely something that I'm going to recommend they do again in the future. So fingers crossed, yes. But are there any current definite plans? No.
Okay. Fair enough. Are you planning to do live streams where you interact and play or do STFs, etc., with the community on a regular basis?
Yes.
Yay!
That is definitely something I want to start doing. I really love the Q&A live streams we've been doing. I think they've been really successful. But I definitely want to get in game and play with some of you guys, so you can all see exactly how terrible I am at STO.
And we can help you make better.
Yeah, it's true. So yes, look for that to start. Again, I don't have a definite timetable, but now that both launches are done and we've got a little bit of an open window, I'm definitely going to start looking at doing it pretty regularly, and I will have more information on that soon. TM.
I know that was one thing that a lot of people missed since Brand Flakes was CM of Star Trek Online.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Sorry, what Star Trek Online?
Since Brand Flakes was the CM for the game.
Oh yeah.
I know that was one thing people have missed since him, because they had all sorts of fun with him and some of the things that he did. And
we definitely will. I know I can't come on live and start dropping bosses and Earth space dock for you guys to fight or any of the crazy things like that. But I would definitely love to play with the community, and you guys can help me get my Omega marks up so I can finally get that amazing Klingon Honor Guard armor. Because I needs that. I needs it in my life, guys. I needs it.
I'm in.
Same here.
I'm in.
Sweet.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Chris, you get the next question here. Go ahead.
Alright, so I'm one of those weirdos that likes to collect a lot of ships in game. And I'm
So
just
you're
kinda
one
curious.
of the Star Trek Online players.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah. So,
Like, is there anybody who plays this game who's like, no, I don't want ships. I don't want to collect any ships. That sounds like a waste of my time.
I gotta try
Just
to.
Swim it.
I have trouble
Just
trying
wanna
to count the
swim in
amount of
space.
ships that I don't have.
I'm sorry.
I have trouble trying to count the amount of ships that I don't have.
You have trouble. Oh yeah, I know.
I have to think about it. It's like, which ones do I not have on this set of factions?
but
Yeah.
basically my question is there any ship that's not in the game that you'd like to see in game from Trek lore?
Ooh. That is an interesting question. My favorite ships are the Defiant and the Bird of Prey. So those are already in game, obviously, and you can fly those around right now. And I would, and also my favorite Kelvin ship is the Vengeance, and again you can get that. I would love to see something crazy, like I don't know, the Enterprise J as a playable ship. Like how would that even work? That thing is gigantic. That would be fun. But yeah, most of my favorite ships are in the game. We have so many ships in game, and I often find myself flying ships that I've never thought of before. Like I think I'm flying a Krenim ship right now, which I'm like I've never even seen this thing before, but it's got 5 guns in the front, and that's what I need in my life.
Okay. My favorite's actually the Kelvin, but
Yeah.
if you could make any one change throughout the game, this could be anything at all, what would you do and why would you do it?
Any one change? I think I would reorganize the first city so that it was easier for me to find the exchange.
Don't you dare touch the.
I think you're not the only one.
Don't you dare touch the first city.
That goes against everything that Neela is.
It's pretty. I love it. I love running around it. It's just every now and then I'm like, wait, where am I?
Could we get like a better shack for the costume guy? He's just like there at a street corner.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
how Klingons sell
I know,
costumes,
right?
man. We don't need your protection from the elements. We are strong.
Any more ideas
A
for
true
costumes though?
Klingon.
What? I heard a question in there.
Any more ideas for different costumes?
I mean, there's tons of ideas out there. I, as a community manager, have literally no power over what we design in a costume next. But there's cool stuff that I would love to see. And there's cool stuff that I know we're working on. So, yes, is the answer to that question.
I'm gonna take a quick little interjection here. We got a couple questions on our YouTube channel here that someone's asked.
Oh, sure.
Any plans to revamp PvP? You may not know, or may know. I don't know.
I cannot confirm or deny anything we might be working on the PvP front.
But it is something that's
Let me say that. Let me just put it that way.
Okay. And then he also asked. He also asked about the Borg cooperative as a playable faction, which you probably can't say if it's going to happen or not.
Yeah, I think that's a cool idea. I think we've got playable Borg in almost every faction now, right? But having the connective as a faction would be cool. I haven't heard that one talked about, so I don't know if that's on the cards or not. But it's a cool idea.
Okay. Go ahead, Chris. You got the next question, anyways.
Okay. So, say Q comes to you one day. He tells you that you can bring any one piece of Trek technology to life. Could be as simple as the phaser, the warp drive, anything that you want. What do you pick and why?
I'm tempted to say the holodeck because that sounds fun as heck. But if I had a replicator, do you know how many problems I could solve? Like, just I want a thing. I'm gonna make the thing out of nothing and then give it to people for free. Holy crap, we've solved world hunger. So, yeah, I'm gonna say replicator.
Okay. I believe Artie is up.
Hey guys, I'm terribly sorry. I booked this conference room for half an hour, and it looks like my half an hour is almost up. There are two wonderful gentlemen staring at me through the window, pointing desperately at their booking sheets. So I can do one more question, I think.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
No worries.
It's okay.
All right. You've seen the previous Star Trek Online story arcs before.
I have.
What are your thoughts on them?
So I've mostly played through the Klingon backstory. I played through fully, I think, the Klingon and the TOS backstories right now. I haven't finished all of the Federation or Rhonda and stuff. I tried Star Trek Online when it first launched, and then I didn't play it for several years, and then I played it again when I got this job, and the early stuff in the game has gotten so much better and so interesting and fun to play, especially, I mean, I know I'm biased, but the early Klingon missions, I mean, man, you get to team up with Kael and go to hell and fight a Klingon god of death. Like, there's nothing cooler than that. That is the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. So I love that whole story arc. I think it really blew me away with what kind of storytelling you can do with Star Trek Online and how much it seemed like they really understood the Klingons. So that made me really happy.
Awesome.
Cool.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I definitely want to thank you for your time here. I mean,
Yeah.
totally appreciate
And
it.
thank you guys for having me. I appreciate coming on. I'm sorry I had to cut it a little short.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. It
That's
happens,
okay.
you know. That's one of the things that happens with meeting rooms is you get them for so long and then that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, thank you.
Yep.
Definitely come back on with us anytime. Like I said,
I
Open
will.
invitation.
Thanks for having me.
open invitation.
All right.
Have a great
I'll
day.
just show up when you least expect it. In the middle of a podcast and just, Cal here.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's been great having you. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep, thank you.
Catch you later.
All right.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too. Bye.